Hi, welcome back, everyone. We are your hosts. I'm Bianca Krieger,
I'm
and,
Megan Gillane.
and we are part of Mountain West IRA. We are now streaming on both Facebook and YouTube now. So just a little bit before we jump in about to ourselves and Mountain West, I just want to make it clear that we do not offer any kind of investment, tax, financial, or legal advice to clients, and we do not promote, endorse, or offer any types of investments. Individuals who feel they need this advice should consult the appropriate professionals licensed in that area. And before we jump into today's topic, I just want to talk about a little bit Mountain West. We are a family-owned and operated business. Unlike some bigger companies, you get to talk to a real person. You don't have to wait on a crazy hold times, and you get to talk to a real person who cares about you and your account. So a little bit about what we're going to be going over today is buying real estate inside of your IRA.
Perfect. I'm so excited to be going over real estate today with your IRA. Before you forget, make sure to like, share, do all the things, comment on this live, and you can also comment in the comment section, and we can answer those questions. So this is an interactive conversation between us going on, and we're going to be talking about real estate specifically today, so you can have all the real estate knowledge that you feel like you need to invest with your retirement account. So let's get started. How to purchase real estate within your retirement account. This is something you can do, and it's so amazing once we're able to teach some clients on how you can do this, because then they become just machines when it comes to how many properties they either buy, leverage, whatever they do within their retirement account. So we're going, we're going to go over the basic step-by-step directions, and then we'll get into a story problem. And if you have any questions, you can always comment in the comment section, and then we can go over your specific questions or your case or whatever it is at that time as well. So how you get started, establish a self-directed IRA. So you'll give us a call. The number is at the bottom of the screen, and Bianca will be able to help you set up your account, transfer funds in, whether it's from an IRA, existing IRA, or an old rollover from an old 401k, or you can contribute funds, and she'll help you with all of that information. And once you get your IRA set up and established, once the money is with Mountain West IRA, we are now on a very fast speed schedule. The longest part will be the money movement part. So now that we have the money, you have a 2 business day turnaround with all transactions within Mountain West IRA. And so while we're working with Bianca and getting all of this set up, you are locating the investment property. You are either working with an investor, you're working with a realtor, you're working with a broker, somebody who's going to help you find this property so that you can actually start using your IRA to invest with. And then you get to place an offer on the property in the name of your IRA. So it reads Mountain West IRA, FBO, your name. Bianca, do you want to add anything to that? Very simple steps at the beginning.
So you do want to keep in mind that it's a 2-day processing time from the time that you have completed paperwork. So if you have any questions, you do want to call and let us know. We do also have instructional videos that help you completing the entire forms. But for whatever reason, we want to let you know that we're available to you. As long as you're calling within business hours, we'll be able to contact you immediately.
Yes, or answer the phone immediately. Okay, so next, when the offer is accepted and you are able to actually invest within your self-directed IRA, you have a house, congrats, woo, we have a contract in place. The account holder completes the real estate purchase kit. And what this is a packet of a few documents where it's about 6 pages long, where you get to tell us all the details on the property. Why you want to do that is so that we know exactly what you're investing in, who we're sending funds to, who your realtor is, your title company, your attorney, whomever you're using. You get to tell us all the information within that purchase kit. We have step-by-step tutorials on how to fill out every one of our forms. So once you have this all done, it can be after business hours, you can fill it out, or during business hours if you need help, we can help you through the process. And then the account holder, so you, would sign as read and approved on every single page, every document from the title company or escrow agent, so that we can sign on behalf of your IRA. So this is that part where you are about to purchase the property, the paperwork is getting processed, And we are signing on behalf of your IRA, because if we go back to the previous slide, it talks about how you're filling out the offer in the name of the IRA. So you are purchasing the property in the name of your IRA. You are not able to sign on behalf of your IRA. Instead, we need to sign on behalf of your IRA, but we will not sign the documents unless you sign as read and approved, making sure you read the fine print, all the details within the contract, so that we can make sure that you have chose this asset, because we don't have assets to sell. And then next, the title company or escrow agent sends those read and approved documents, so signed, literally read and approved documents, to us, who we will then sign on behalf of your IRA. And then once the property has closed, then the rental or lease agreements are transferred to any existing servicing. If you have like servicing of any rental or leasing contracts that are going on, this is the part, if you have them this early in the process. Some people do, some people don't. And then that's made between the IRA and the servicer. You, of course, will choose that servicer. You'll choose the payment methods, everything that has to do, you choose that. We are just here to help on behalf of your IRA and sign the documents. And then at that time, now we're ready for close, and Mountain West IRA will then send the funds to the escrow account on behalf of your IRA. And then the deed is recorded in the name of the account holder. So yours, Mountain West IRA, FBO, your name, and it is sent to Mountain West IRA if paid in cash. If it is not paid in cash, then you will, you can have a loan on it, and you can work with a non-recourse loan. We will have a non-recourse lender on here at one point to talk about how you can leverage property. This one, we're just going to do cash as the example. So the deed is then sent to Mountain West and kept for safekeeping. And all income is paid to the IRA, to the IRA. And then any expenses are paid from the IRA in direct proportion to ownership, which we'll get into that a little bit later. But what the income is all those rental payments. If you happen to rehab a property, then the payoff would come into the IRA. If you have a lease option, any of that money would come into the IRA. Or if it happens to be a wholesale deal one, because the IRS could look at that as a business, that money would then come into the IRA, tax deferred or tax free forever. This rental income is actually the dividend for your asset. So just like a stock were to pay out a dividend, either monthly, quarterly, every 6 months, or annually, the rental income is a dividend for your retirement account. So you are actually able to get this money tax-free or tax deferred. And that is how you get the IRA actually owns the property. And because the IRA owns the property, the rental income comes back to the IRA as the dividend. And then any expenses that are paid from the IRA. So if there's a water bill or trash, a new roof, a fence, whatever it is that needs to be covered by the IRA, because the IRA owns it, the IRA will have to pay those expenses, and then any income comes back to the IRA to fill that back up. Bianca, did you want to chime in?
Yes, I just want to go over something that I know some clients have some confusion about or some questions. So you really want to pay attention to the direct lineage of ownership of through an account versus your asset. So you as a client, you employ Mountain West IRA. So you have the opportunity to pay any of our fees by a check, by a card, or from your account funds. But your IRA is the owner of that real estate asset. So you can't just pay your light bill or a mortgage bill with your credit card. That's something that you do not want to do. Since you do not own that asset, your IRA does. The IRA must pay any kind of debts or bills, expenses from your IRA funds. Similar to how the dividends come back, any kind of funds that are needed for that asset for the maintenance must be paid with your account funds. I just want to make sure that's very clear, that you can't form any kind of sweat equity. You can't put any of your own dollars into that account.
So if you have questions on this process, make sure to comment in the comment section, and we see that on our screen so we can get to your questions as soon as possible. But just make sure you are engaging with us and letting us know if you have questions. We don't want you to leave confused by any means. So let's get started with an actual property. And like I said, we're focusing on just cash today. This is just an introduction to self-directed IRA purchasing with real estate. If you have questions before the non-recourse lender comes on, please give us a call. The phone number is at the bottom of the screen, and then we'll be able to help you with your specific situation, your thing first and foremost, and get it done now instead of waiting. So case study, how to purchase real estate 100% cash in your IRA. This one is going to be a duplex, and the goal is a long-term rental. And we're going to use Linda as an example. Linda found an investment property, which is a duplex, and she made a cash offer of $400,000 for a property in the name of her IRA, Mountain West IRA Inc., FBO Linda's IRA. So you can see here that's exactly the words that you would use, except your full name in there when you submit an offer. Linda completed a real estate purchase kit and signed the real estate purchase documents as read and approved on every single page. So our purchase kit, you do not have to sign as read and approved, but the real estate documents that you are submitting the offer with does have to be signed as read and approved by the IRA owner. Mountain West IRA makes an escrow deposit of $5,000 on behalf of Linda's IRA, since that is what was in the document that she signed, read, and approved. And then once the escrow money was there, we then send the signed and completed documents to the title company, because we sign on behalf of the IRA. And then when after inspection and all the other things are done, then we send a wire for $395,000 to fund the purchase and close the transaction. We follow the exact step-by-step process that is within the contract, and we'll have that information on the contract. We'll also have it in the direction of investment form, and you'll have communication with our Mountain West IRA staff quite a bit through the transaction process, and you can always call us with questions. And I just want to remind you, this is a 2-day process, like 2-day processing. It can go 2 days or it can go longer, whatever is best for your specific investment. The purchase is completed and the title vests in the name of Linda's IRA. So it's Mountain West IRA Inc., FBO Linda's IRA. And she owns the property. She owns the property. She gets rental income, tax deferred or tax-free money right to her IRA. So her tenants are instructed to make payments to her IRA. And the money is deposited into an FDIC insured bank account up to $250,000 for the benefit of Linda's IRA to use for more investments. She gets to use this money as much as she wants. She can buy more property. She can switch it up and do a promissory note. She can invest in a private company. Whatever she wants to do, she can do within reason within her IRA. And then all bills and expenses such as taxes, insurance, maintenance, gas, electric come from the IRA. So Linda's IRA will actually fund those expenses. And then if Linda chooses to use a property manager, she does not have to. Linda or the property manager will then do the verification of the tenant processes. Linda or the property manager will make sure that rent is paid on time. This is your responsibility and the appropriate amount, and you have online access 24/7 on your client portal to find this information out. It is uploaded every single night, all the newest information, so you do want to check on that every day. And if you ever have questions, just call us. We'll help you get it all set up. And that is the ins and outs on how to purchase real estate within a retirement account. Bianca, do you want to add anything before we go into who you cannot buy real estate from?
Yeah. So as you said before, that all the rental income goes into the FDIC insured bank account. So I know a lot of people like to ask, well, what does that money do? And you want to consider any of those funds that are in your account are undirected funds. They have not been put toward an investment yet, because this is a self-directed IRA. So you get to choose where you put your money and when. So unless you are directing it, it is undirected and it's in that FDIC insured bank account. So you just want to keep that in mind, that if you are wanting to save up to be able to buy another property or buy other types of assets, that you are in charge of being able to do that. So you have the power to be able to move your funds as you see fit.
That's a great addition. We're getting that question quite a bit right now, just because people are not sure what they want to do. Do they want to invest in real estate? Do they want to invest in stocks? Do they want to pull all their money out of everything? People are very, very unsure with what's going on right now. And so we're seeing a transition of people from stocks and mutual funds into self-directed IRAs so that they are ready to purchase property whenever they see fit. And we get that question quite a bit. What's my money doing while it's sitting there? It's just sitting there. So
exactly. And that's, I think, something that may reassure some people if they're not exactly sure what they want to do, but they know that they want to at least open an account. You don't have to immediately buy an asset if you're not ready to. You can have your funds sit and not gain or lose inside your account if you are waiting for that investment to pop up.
Yes, yep, definitely. And we're going to go into a part of this is basically a presentation, but go into this part. I just wanted you guys to have slides so you weren't just watching two talking heads. But we're going to go into who you can and cannot do business with, how you can do business with people within your family that would be considered a prohibited person. We're going to get into some information regarding that. So who can your IRA not do business with? Think of the IRA as Uncle Ira. So Uncle Ira cannot do business with everyone. And the reason being is because the IRS would see this as self-dealing. So Uncle Ira, who is in the gold right here, cannot invest with you, yourself, or your company. So you cannot sell a property to your IRA that you already own. Even if your company already owns it, or your company owns it, your company cannot sell a property to your IRA. The question that we get the most is if there was sadly a death in the family, can the beneficiary of the property who's already gone through probate, who now owns the property, can we put that property within the IRA? And that's a no, because you already own it. And I'm just going to lay this one out here to make sure we don't have anyone understand or confuse what the gray area could be. If you were to sell the property that, say, your grandparent left you to somebody else and then buy it back in your IRA, the IRS can link that as basically you were trying to get the IRS, get through the IRS through their guidelines, and they can still take that. Although on paper it looks to be fine, that is not okay. And we get this question far too much. Do not push the gray areas. Do not push the IRS. Just play within the rules and live in a very, very black and white thought process when it comes to IRAs. And we do not want you to ever skew this or think that that's okay. It's definitely, if you own the property and you had intention to ever put it in an IRA and you're not able to sell that. Even
I really love that word that you mentioned, intent. So that's what the IRS looks for, is the intent. So if you are ever feeling like you are unsure, it would be definitely best to speak with an attorney before moving forward on any kind of investment if you are unsure.
And if you are unsure, you can get an opinion letter, and we will even include it in your file and do the record keeping with that. I mean, that's included with your account. But we just always, if you ever have questions, always think to go to an attorney is the best. And this next slide is kind of the part where people, where sometimes an opinion letter is more comforting. So dealing with linear family members. So that's up the family tree, your parents, grandparents, children, grandchildren, and their spouses. So when you are going in that linear family tree line, and spouses included in that, that is also a line of people that are restricted from either owning the asset and then going into your IRA, or you selling to that person as well. So you cannot do either of those directions. So that's why it has the double cross line through it. You can't go either way. Now, this is where it gets direct or indirect rule, and I really actually prefer people to get opinion letters when they're working with their brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles, cousins, or other family members who are outside. They're not in the linear tree. They're more of like a vertical. You can work with them. The IRS says that you can work with them, but I just think it's really, really important to know that every situation is a little bit different, and use your best foot forward on this one and get an opinion letter if you feel a little bit of discomfort. If it could be a little bit of a gray area, always get an opinion letter, and make sure you are doing things by the IRS's rules with an ERISA attorney, ERISA. Be sure to look that up if you ever feel like that. You can always call us, and we will point you in the correct direction for ERISA attorneys that we've worked with in the past that have had great reviews. So we are always open to give that information, especially because we know that self-directed IRAs are kind of a world of like, you don't learn this in school, you don't learn this here. Where do you guys learn the IRS rules and regulations, and where do you get that you can invest in real estate? So I understand it's a little bit of a weird area, and just always call us if you have any questions regarding self-directed IRA. Now, I would love if you guys add some questions with the in the comment section so that we can start going over some of your questions. Bianca, do you have anything else to add?
So if you were ever unsure, like we just went over that about a prohibited person, you can always give us a call and we'll be able to let you know whether it is black and white, no, absolutely not, when it would be a hypothetical gray area, when you would need to talk to them, as well as what is ERISA, and those basically these words and these terminologies of self-directed IRAs that most people don't know. If you are ever unsure about some of the wording that we are using, please be sure to ask us. We're more than happy to put it in layman's terms, regular jargon that anyone can be able to understand. You do want to make sure that you do your due diligence, though, as well. With a self-directed IRA, it's right in that name, you're required to do a little bit more legwork, handwork on your investments than you would at a public bond, mutual fund. It's a little bit more hands-on. So you really want to do your homework. You really want to research the type of investment that you're wanting to do before you just start executing your investment.
Yes, of course. And I know I did say what I do want to cover on here in the description section on how you can work with family members who would be considered some of those prohibited transactions. So I am going to go over that now. So as long as when you start the property, like the actual purchase, when you purchase the property, and at the very, very beginning, each IRA or people that are involved are on the offer or on the final contract, then you can share a property with other people within your family. So example, let's say there is a couple who wants to build their children's retirement accounts starting from just a contribution, and the contribution, sorry, I have something stuck in my throat today. So in the contribution, the child is obviously not able to purchase a house. Let's say the couple wants a house investment. They have enough money. And then what they can do is actually partner from the get-go. So from the very, very, very beginning of the transaction, the couple can then partner together and then include a child within that real estate purchase. So the child's IRA may only own 2% of the property. So if 98% was split between the couple, and then 2% was in the child's IRA, 2% of every rental income check will come from the rental income. And 2% will always come into that account every single month. And then any expenses, same thing. Any expenses have to come from that IRA. So you would leave a little cushion in there possibly. And then each person in the family, so this is a family of 3, will have some sort of ownership to this property. And you are building a retirement account for a child who, the retirement accounts are more than just a retirement account. They can have first-time college benefits. You can take money out tax-free depending on the type of account you have. You could buy a first-time home purchase depending on what type of account you have. You can have like a lot of options within the retirement account by getting money tax-deferred or tax-free for your child's future. And at the same time, you're investing as well. You have a little bit of extra money to use on investment purchases. And you can do this through as many kids as you want, partner as many as you want, We've had, I think our biggest one to date is 7 people on one transaction. And it's totally reasonable and easy to do because if it's all IRAs, all the income comes back to us and we divide it in-house. That's included with your fees. It's included with everything that we do. We'll just have to make sure we always have forms for each set of persons, each set, so that we can always make sure every account is it does have the proper record keeping. So it will be a little bit extra paperwork, especially if you're investing with children, because the guardian will be signing on behalf of the child. But you can do it, and we have it.
It's a great way to build generational wealth within your family, making sure that your family and your loved ones are also taken care of, and being able to get in that deal that you have set for yourself, being able to not only educate yourself on your own investments, but being able to spread that knowledge through your loved ones.
Yes. Yeah. So we see that quite a bit. Our youngest client was 1 year old when he started investing, and now we have a couple we actually have a handful under the age of 5. And so just start. It's never too late and never too early to start. And you can really start using those funds for your investment purposes as well, add your kids in it, all this stuff.
So Megan, I have a question regarding one of the type of accounts that we usually get a lot of questions on. What happens when you purchase a house inside of a Roth IRA? What happens with that?
When you purchase a house inside a Roth IRA, now Roth IRAs are some of my favorite type of accounts, what I personally use. Obviously can't give advice, but Roth IRAs grow tax-free forever. You pay the taxes on the seed, not the tree. So if you paid taxes on these amount of funds that can now purchase a property, that property is in your IRA, in this example, a cash offer, free and clear within your IRA, and you are earning tax-free money every single month inside of your IRA. Imagine how much faster a rental could pay for itself if you're getting that money tax-free forever. And the money then, as long as you follow the 5 years or 59.5, whichever comes later, will grow tax-free forever. And
so I can just take distributions tax-free as long as I'm 59.5 and I have my account open for 5 years?
Yes.
So I just want to repeat that. That is a yes. I have had this conversation with lots of individuals that are so surprised and astonished that with a Roth IRA, you can take those distributions tax-free forever. Well, forever as long as it's in your name.
Yes, forever through your lifespan. So the Roth IRA is an amazing account, but in addition, I mean, some people don't have Roth IRAs with enough money to purchase a real estate. You can always convert a traditional or a 401k into a Roth IRA. You can always use your traditional IRA and just grow tax funds in a tax-deferred way forever as well. You can use your simple individual K, solo 401k, and other names. You can use your HSA, the health savings account. So you have options when it comes to actually seeing what accounts you can use for investments. You just have to call us and let us know if you have any questions, and we'll help you through your specific process. Please leave any questions, comments, concerns, everything in the comment section, and we can answer those. Or if you have questions otherwise, feel free to message us, call us, whatever works.
Well, I think we went through a lot of different scenarios, but there's so much more as well. So if you have something that's custom for you, leave us a question, leave us a comment. You can call us, you can email us. There's no form of communication that you won't be able to reach us at.
Yes, and our email is accounts@mwira.com, or give us a call 866-377-3311. Be sure to like and share share this information with your friends, colleagues, family members, and let them know. We don't charge.
Don't forget to ring the notification bell as well if you want to be updated about future videos and lives. Ring that bell and you'll get a notification before we go live every time.
Yes, and tomorrow is a big day. We're going over individual K accounts and SEP accounts. So these are for our sole proprietor business owners, small business owners. Tomorrow is your day. Diana will be going over this stuff, and either Megan Brenneman or myself will be going into the individual K world and we're excited to bring that for you because that is for our sole proprietor business owners. Have an amazing day.
Have a great one. Bye.
Bye.